to watch the rambling videos. It means a lot to me that you care about me. But I've been changing up the video schedule a little bit, and you may have noticed with the recent videos, I did like a Francis sketch last week. I did that roast video, which I thought would do well, and it has done very well. I did a Francis Rage again this week. We did the diving video. We're going to try to do another sketch next week. We're going to keep trying to keep that kind of quality up. I know that sometimes my quality on my channel is not as good as it could be. Like next week, I think I have 2 different unboxings scheduled. A Loot Crate and something else, which I think will be up on either Sunday or Monday. But that should still be interesting. I'm going to try to make both of those still interesting. But I also know that I really want to keep the stuff that people love and the people who watch the most often. The Francis Rages, the Francis sketches, the outside stuff, getting out into the world and doing stuff. I'm trying to do more of that for the fall season. I'm always limited by my health. I'm always limited by whatever I'm dealing with the back or the legs or whatever. And a lot of people noticed in that video in which I dove into the water, a lot of people discovered my lymphedema and venous insufficiency for the first time. And they're like, what is wrong with Boogie's legs? And if you see from the video, you see how like bruised and messed up they are. And that I talked about in my Draw My Life. That is that lymphedema and that venous insufficiency. And basically what it comes down to is they swell dramatically, just dramatically. I have to wear compression gear to keep them from swelling. And even with that, they're terribly discolored. They're terribly misshapen. They're awful. It makes it difficult to walk. It makes it difficult to stand on some days. It makes it difficult to sit comfortably. I have to have special furniture and special bed frames. I have to wear special compression slips. It sucks. That's one of the limiting factors for me exercising. But it's not all bad. The video was really fun, and I did find that DDP's exercises and strengthening my core and losing a little bit of weight, even if it was only about 30 pounds that I've kept off since I met DDP, that was all very instrumental to me actually being able to do a lot more at the water park than I thought I'd be able to do. And that was a blast, man. It's always nice to, it's always scary to do things like that, especially in front of all those people. It's always scary to do things like that, but you got to challenge yourself. And I'm always ready to challenge myself. And even though I didn't know physically if I was capable of doing it, I wanted to try, and we did try, and I was successful. And that's the best feeling in the world. When you try something you're afraid to do and you win, that's pretty great. And it's always worth the risk of not succeeding to me, depending on what point of my life I am and what my chances are of success are, I guess. But it's not. But then we forgot earplugs. So I'm dealing with a double ear infection right now, and it's an inner ear infection, so I can barely hear you guys, which is why I normally wear these headphones, so I can hear myself, what you guys can hear. But now I realize I don't need them this week. But I'm sure you used to see me with them on, so I'm going to leave them on. But they actually hurt to wear right now. But it's part of the costume, right? It's part of what I'm expected to look like. Some other health stuff happened this week, and I plan to make its own video about it sometime soon, probably as we work towards it. But on Monday, I went to a weight loss surgery seminar. And I'm actually really scared to talk about it. I got super anxious even as those words came out of my mouth because I know the kind of feedback that I'm going to get. A lot of people perceive weight loss surgery as the easy way out, which is a terrible misconception. And if you sit in on one of these seminars, you will realize how scary it really is. But for some people, it's a last resort. And now with my age and my health conditions and my difficulty doing things, we're pretty much there. My doctor's convinced of it, and this new doctor is going to be convinced of it when he sees my med charts. And we just got to do what we got to do. So we are moving in that direction. Now, the good news about that is before we can ever have the surgery, there will be 6 months of behavioral intervention beforehand. So I will be seeing these guys over and over and over again. They will be teaching me how to work on this and work on that, to do this differently, to do that differently. It's because it's all part of the lifestyle that you have to maintain after the surgery. You still have to diet and exercise. That's why it's not the easy way out. You still have to eat a very restricted diet. You just have to eat a certain amount of calories still, and you still have to exercise in order for it to be effective. And you have to keep the weight off once you've lost it, which is still very difficult to do. And it's so, whenever I mention stuff like this, people will mention crazy stuff. They'll say, well, Boogie, why don't you get liposuction? Because they don't really understand any of these surgeries. Isn't that a weight loss surgery? No, liposuction is a cosmetic surgery that skinny women get because they don't like how wide their thighs are and they want a thigh gap. That's not something for like big people. It is a largely misunderstood and mislabeled thing. And I can say that because I've talked to several people who've had the surgery, and I'll talk to several more. And some of them have had severe complications. One of my friends completely undid the weight loss that he lost. Another friend turned to other substances to replace the addiction. Another friend has always made him feel inadequate because he did the surgery and he's concerned that he didn't lose it the natural way. He's always afraid people will find out. I mean, it's really fascinating, like the misunderstanding, the mythos that goes around. But then if you've known somebody who's gotten weight loss surgery, you will know the truth. And so I want to be that for you guys. Like, I think if we do the surgery, we're going to do it very visibly. We're going to show you the behavioral stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll show you the surgery. Hell, if they'll bring a camera into the surgery room, we'll film it. I'll show you the scars. I'll show you the complications we have. I'll show you the diet and the exercises. I plan to show it all to you. Maybe I'll earn enough money to pay back for the surgery. Maybe I won't. Who cares? What's important is if maybe we can break down the wall for 10,000 of you, 50,000 of you, 100,000 of you, and have a better understanding of what that's all about. And maybe you can spread that into the world and you can help that. But I do not recommend bariatric surgery. I recommend, since it requires diet and exercise, first, you do everything you can to diet and exercise naturally, especially if you're still very young. It's very important that you try. The problem for me is, at this point, it's pretty much almost a last resort. It will be an aid to me dieting and exercising. I should save all this for that special video. I will. I'll change the topic. Video games. Let's talk about video games for a minute. Well, I've been playing quite a bit of H1Z1 on stream. I've been playing quite a bit of Hearthstone. Pac-Man 256 came out on mobile, and it's an endless video game, endless Pac-Man, and it's so good. And like, it has microtransactions, but it's a really fair business model. You pay $8 and never spend anything else ever again after that. I really like that game. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. Hearthstone's new expansion comes out next week, so we have that to be excited about. But I will tell you, I'm excited for Fallout 4, yes. But that's not the game I'm most excited for in the world. The game I'm most excited for is Mario Maker. And I know that's so stupid. Like, I know that's probably just sounds crazy to some of you. But as a long school Mario fan, like an old school Mario fan, I love Mario 3, Mario 2, Mario 1, Super Mario World. I love all of that, man. And to be able to go back and play infinite levels of that, designed, and then design my own levels and share them with you. I can't wait. That's easily the best. I can't wait. If somebody out there has a code for that game, call me. I want to play. Okay, Nintendo? I know we've had our disagreements, but please. Other than that, fighting off this ear infection and getting plenty of rest. The wife and I are doing great. Family's doing great. We're having fun. YouTube is going great. Twitch is going great. And we're looking at different ways to get healthier. So what else is there? What else is there, right? If you're happy with your job and you're happy with the people you love and the people that love you are happy with you and you got some video games to play, isn't that the definition of happiness? It's my definition. And to be able to share it with you is one of the best things in the world. So that said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. It's going to be about 10 and a half minutes. I don't know. Do we have a keyword for this week? I don't know.